Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Subtle Doctor for Wave Motion Cannon and WMC Gaming. And this is the second part, the delayed second part of Battle Chasers Nightwar. And it is delayed because I have been sick and my voice is still not 100% up to scratch. So I apologize for that in advance. Please bear with me. Please bear with Gully as she annihilates that slime. And I once again have recorded this footage well before I've done this commentary, so this is like the last episode of the Cosmic Star Heroine Let's Play. This is some post-commentary, this is a new thing. Please let me know in the comments whether you like it or don't like it, and we will proceed accordingly. Gully appears to have been poisoned. Now, yeah, Calibretto with that nice uppercut defeats the slime, melts into a puddle. Calculating here what will be the best thing, and yes, I have chosen to do an ability here, but there is a wait time. She don't care about poison, she's just gonna throw a rocket gas. Bandits almost dead here. Bretto will surely finish him off. Got some overcharge I want to use here, so I think I'm going to use the Obliterate and just shoot him at close range, which looks very painful. Didn't even break a sweat. So I left off the last episode, by the way, right outside of the first dungeon here. Alright, the Spoils of War, we found a piece of lore. General returned from the main front last night because he came in darkness. Few got a good look at him, other than to say he seemed well. The wars elsewhere have taken their toll on the outpost, which, with ranks thinning and our defensive practices becoming lax, I'm not sure Ravenheart even bothered to take his patrol out last night, but then he always did seem the lazy sort. That should change with Xavier stalking the halls once more. Signed, Carlos. When I played through, I tried to leave myself plenty of time to read these. I just got that one in under the wire, so gonna be some crafting stuff here. Gonna be trying to read these when I can. You know, I'm typically not a big well, I don't want to say I'm not a big fan. I don't really seek out like loot games. Like the idea of loot is not something that is just inherently appealing to me about a game as much as narrative or aesthetic or music. But I have to say, futzing around in this first dungeon here, I did really enjoy all the gear and the crafting parts and everything. Like, I kept getting stuff and it was gratifying, and like, I know this isn't, it's weird because like this is not sort of doing anything that other loot games don't really do, but since I don't play them, it's kind of a novel experience for me. So like, people out there that hear me talk about and praise those aspects of the game are of course going to have a lot of other games to recommend, your Destinies, your Diablos, and what have you. But But yeah, I don't know. I mean, every loot game is someone's first loot game, I guess. But anyway, that's a very long-winded way of me saying that I appreciated, or am appreciating at this early stage in the game, that system. It's doling out interesting stuff. I haven't really, we haven't got into crafting. Like, not by the end of this video, we're still not into the crafting bits in the game, as Bretto is poisoned here. He poisoned a robot, not really sure how that's supposed to work. As I kill this bandit. Same as always. Victory! But anyway, loot. It's cool. I dig the isometric perspective in the dungeons. I can't use the teleporter while there are enemies nearby. I love the way those leaves are drawn in that, like, gazebo type structure there, whatever that is, the crosswalk. Oh no. Ambushed. I didn't get the ambush status or anything, so I guess it doesn't really matter if they, like, if they touch your... This is not Persona, right? Like, you can't ambush other enemies, and enemies don't seem to be able to ambush you. And so this guy's invisible at the minute, or has some sort of status where, like, until he actually attacks me, I'm not able to attack him, so he is going to get first strike. And once again, he's done the impossible and poisoned our mecha. Eat gauntlets. Taste Gary's blade. Gary's blade. God. Bretto's just hemorrhaging HP. Knocked out. Birdies come to land upon him because he loves peace. Common parts X2. Thank you. There's my consumables here. I'm not a really big fan of using them when they're in such small supply. And I see here I'm trying to use Bretto's revitalized skill from the menu, but I have to actively use it on the map here, as I did. It's just something about, like, when you have like 3 HP restorative consumables, it just feels so wrong to use them, but it also feels wrong to walk around at like 70% HP, so. Oh, and fishing. Fishing is fun, relaxing activity. Make sure you have a good rod and lure equipped from the fishing section of your compendium. Once you have a fish on your hook, okay, so here's how to fish. You hook it with X and you pull down with the left stick. Not too difficult. There are these ponds kind of located at different points throughout at least the first dungeon here, the Iron Keep. I forget what it's actually called. Reel it in! Reel it in! Great catch! It is a robot fish. 7.8 pounds, a scooter. An early prototype. And so I want that rather large looking specimen there. That's what I'm going for. Gully, a bit nonplussed as to how how to fish properly here. That's not where he is. Or it. I don't know the gender of this fish. Don't want to misgender the fish. Pull it in. Do it! Pull it! Clearly not mastered the fishing minigame quite yet. I was throwing it too strongly, like over the fish. And so I think I realized here I just want to kind of bloop. Ah, now I have the bite. Yes. Yes. A 9.9 pound. Bubbles. Frightening vast abyss below the surface of the open ocean caused this young shark to seek shallower water where you were waiting to catch her. Welcome to dinner, Bubbles. Teleporter. I cannot teleport anywhere else because I've not been in any other rooms. So this is of course, a game that seems to be paying homage to a lot of JRPGs, but boy, I'm glad that they don't pay homage by having random encounters. Thank you so much for just doing the thing where you see the enemies on screen. Scallops. No, scraps. I can't read. Alright, so Spoils of War Part 2. Other grunts have been talking of the general since his return, yammering about how he's different. Haven't seen him myself yet, but they don't know what I do. What real wars do to a man given time. We've seen some action here, but it's always been safe. By comparison, the Iron Outpost has gotten so built up over the years that even if someone did breach the outer walls, they'll get lost inside. Hell, it never seems the same twice to me, and I've been here for a decade. Maybe it's just madness setting in. Still, I can't blame Xavier for being different, if he is. Not after what he's seen. I couldn't finish the rest of it. So, if I'm going to be reading this lore stuff, post-commentary is probably not a great idea. I've got to be quicker on the draw when they come up. So here we have an armored vehicle of some sort. An armored eviscerator. Boom. Dropping the fist. And we got our invisible bandit hanging out. And makes himself known with a crit and poison. I do have to say, so I entered this dungeon on the sort of weaker of the two difficulties it presented. And it certainly is that. It's not super duper challenging. But I'm fine with that as I sort of learn the ropes of the combat and explore the systems. Yeah, I am cool with not being under a huge amount of pressure with in all these fights, and there are a lot of fights. Boy, that is not a lot going on inside that bandit's head. There's just the perpetual ellipsis above them. Well, because he was casting whatever the sort of spinning spell was there. The I spin around and cut you lots of times spell. TM, patented. Boom. Ah, eat it. Fall to Gary's blade. Boom. That's just, man, that does not get old. The sound design for the combat, like, these folks did, Airship Syndicate did a really good job. That was a badass attack. Good job, Gary. But yeah, little touches like that are the things that kind of help a game stick in your memory, I think. Walking around the pond. Oh no, I thought I was gonna have a second chance to read that. Wasn't quick enough on the draw. Fishing, again, but like I don't really see anything worth catching. So I'm gonna leave, I think. Yep. Yeah, just a lot of small fish. And I don't know what the robot fish economy is quite yet. I probably should catch a few more and try to sell them. I've happened upon the maker's workbench, but I don't have crafting recipes or anything like that. So it's sort of useless to me right now. I'm sort of, I think at this point, like, pushing some buttons and trying to, like, look on the menu for a prompt, like, seeing if I'm missing something. Because that happened to me 1 or 2 times in this game where I don't want to necessarily blame the UI because I'm not a smart video game player person, but there will be these points where like I won't be able to like progress, and it'll just be because like there will be this simple thing to do, and I've somehow missed that I was supposed to do that simple thing. Or sort of conversely, like doing a thing that you don't necessarily have to do, but like it will be nice to do. It's like it's really, really easy, and somehow I've like again like passed over the information, or my eye just isn't drawn to like where it explains what the functionality is on the screen. So yeah, I don't know, like the UI and me are not necessarily the best fit 100% of the time, but like 90% of the time it's fine. I do like that when you go behind a wall you can see yourself, like the green kind of highlight there is good. It would suck a lot if your character just got lost behind some shit and you just didn't know exactly where they were. That could be frustrating. So like I think Airship Syndicate is like aware of like these, you know, these small interface things, and you know, I you know, don't want to kill them for me not knowing I couldn't use the crafting table. Speaking of not knowing, not entirely sure where to go at this point. And that's the place. And here we are in the dungeon. That fool got cut by his own trap. Battle time. A bat. And a wild gunner. Oof, I mean, that just looks like it should kill the bat. I do really, really like like engendering the bleed status effect. I mean, and again, especially on mecha and robots, because that's just nonsense and makes me happy. But no, I love. So in a moment, I don't know if maybe I don't have it yet. At some point in this, Gary, I will either discover this move or Gary will learn a move that, of course, casts bleed and can be like that and can be stacked 3 times. And that is just like to stack bleed on top of itself 3 times, such that every turn the enemy you're fighting just by default is going to lose that HP on top of whatever it is you attack it with. Like, that's just, it makes the min-maxer in me so happy. Spoils of War, 4 of 4, we've passed into 3. So the general's a man of glory. Truth be told, I, like the others, feel drawn into the wake of his power as he strides by. Ravenheart slapped me this morning, saying it was just the armor, and to keep my distance from him. Says that Savior has lost his way. Ravenheart's a fool. Why can brothers never get along? His jealousy is transparent. The general went to battle as a man and returned more than that. It's blasphemy to suggest so. But he's like, the entry becomes incoherent. Oh, so this fellow clearly went a bit mad while writing about Savior. What happened here at the Iron Outpost? Who is Xavier and Ravenheart? Two brothers, I guess, that were leading it at one time. Bleed, Wild Gunner, bleed. Your non-existent robot blood. It sort of looks like cartoon bagpipes. Level up. Unlock Sting. Very good. Scraps and common parts. Okay. Yes, so this is, I did not take advantage of this mechanic here. Like, you can leave items in this box and check back again later and they will have increased in power in some way. I don't know if, like, there's some sort of elemental enhancement or they level up or their base stats go up. I mean, it's something I gotta experiment with and test. But I didn't have enough crap on my person at this point to test it out. Okay, so here's the third part. I finally ran into General Xavier myself today. After all the chatter about his change since returning from the front, I was convinced it was blown out of proportion. Now I'm not sure it was taken seriously enough. He returned in new armor? I hesitate to call it armor because it felt like something more than that. The way it shone even in the dim torchlight of the outpost lower halls was unnatural. I'd say it made my head hurt in some way, but that is probably the hangover. Carlos. That was the missing section. And so, apparently something happening... Sorry. English is difficult. Something happened to Xavier on some sort of expedition from the outpost. And his brother was like, this weird, don't fuck with that, no. But Carlos was super into it. And I think this had something to do with the fall of the outpost. So this is another thing, obviously, this game does that I'm finding out is spreading the lore around on, you know, with these notes and stuff. It's really detailed. And here we can go back and read about the, you know, the Spoils of War Iron Outpost thing. We can reference it if we ever need to. All the lore is right there, conveniently. Here is the Bandit Rogue. I haven't found the, I guess, sort of compass equivalent. If we're talking Legend of Zelda items, that is not only the map, but will show you kind of what is in each room and whether you've cleared it. Here we go. Oh, it's a new enemy, right? Boxer guy. Bleed, sir. Bleed, bandit brawler. Seems to have a decent chunk of HP. Sully's about 50% health. Need to heal her when I get a moment with Bretto here. Don't play around. Yeah. Now they're in trouble. He mad. He mad though. Oh, he also larger. And deals more damage. But he cannot survive that. Level ups. Cleanse and Taunt. Learn for Bretto and Gully, respectively. Spider! I will not enjoy this violence much. Still unclear on the status effect Sunder. But I am hoping that it will be a thing that I learn about over the course of the game. Love Sting. Love it. And then he died from the bleeding. That's just... That's me, man. Love that. It will make, I think, Gary a nigh indispensable character in the party. Okay, so Taunt draws attacks to Gully and then uses the damage inflicted, a part of it, to form a shield to get to an ally. And we ourselves are sundered. But holy shit. Critical Warblade, too much for that drone. History of the Iron Outpost. Growth. Shortly after the outpost was complete, the true scale of mana reserves on the island became evident. Vansler knew the small outpost would need to grow into a full garrison. Though the name never changed, the Iron Outpost became a massive forward military operation. In the area, the halls became vast and winding, taking shape around the nearby foothills, often burrowing through them. The number of soldiers stationed there grew exponentially, and the influence of their population soon became evident elsewhere on the island. The indigenous population was small and still weak from the struggle with Varus. Little resistance to the change. Oh no, those traps. How am I going to avoid it? It is mildly annoying. I'm sure on the more challenging difficulty there will be some more enemies running around, or perhaps it will be faster. I can't see which rooms I haven't been in, and how many rooms there are, which is nice. Ah. Silliness. Drink from the shrine. So I've got like a quickness status effect. It appears from the little leaf icons. Well, you will learn to fear, my friend. You will learn to fear. And what was that? Not Sunder, but did it say arcane suck? You just steal magic from me? Ooh. Pugilist is something. Sort of a lasery sound at the end of Bretto's punch. Maybe when he's only punching a robot, but still, it's just... it's so good. Bleedo. Okay, sick. I don't know what that... so, yeah, another status effect not quite clear on Boom. Not as much damage as I thought to the secondary one, but I mean, that's part of it. Looks like it does about, you know, whatever the main damage is, and then 25% of that to the adjacent enemy. Whew. She is arcane sick and sundered. Get out of there. Such a good attack. You have a lot of overcharge as well. I believe there's a damage increase for the kind of more overcharge you layer on top of it than is required just to do the move. You keep stacking it and get more damage. Cleanse. Did that cleanse clear the status? No, it didn't. That's odd. Huh. It's very weird. Quake Fist has the most straight up damage. It's what we need right now. I'm not impressed. Level of music. Not too bad. What do we have? Crafting shenanigan. Man, this... Can't wait to have access to that crafting table. Man, this Iron Outpost, it really does feel lived in. I like that so much. There's something kind of just warm about it. In a faint sort of way, like even though obviously there are only monsters here and not any friendly people here, but it really does feel like there once were, and that's a tribute to the art design and the sound design and just everyone who kind of made the aesthetic of the game and then this level. Bretto's so massive. God. Explode. Ooh, ouch. Armored Eviscerator. Prepare to get eviscerated. Yeah. Just to get healing in during this battle, I parried with Gary instead of going ahead and landing the killing blow, like I said, because I'd much rather heal using Bretto's. Like, the excess mana you get from Overcharge, which, you know, that pool is extinguished at the end of the battle anyway, you don't carry it over. I'd much rather heal there than, like, use a consumable or even an ability out here when, you know, the overcharge mechanic is not functioning. And look, it's this drone on the run. Oh no, it's a single bat. What am I going to do? Flop. Oh, a ring. Just not a part, like an actual thing I can equip. It gives me +8 attack power, so I'm willing to make the trade-off that needs to be made. Like a downgrade in HP or whatever. Because, I mean, as you've seen, like, my HP has not really been a source of concern. So, slice a little bit of that off the top in order to get pack a little extra punch. Definitely a trade I'm comfortable making at this point. Pison, how dare you? I shall snuff ye out, wretched slime. History of the Iron Outpost 404. Decades after its construction, the final order was given to abandon the outpost. Remaining mana on the island was so scarce no major operations could be viably sustained. The conflicts Vansler was dealing with elsewhere became full-blown wars. As military forces withdrew, the original inhabitants were left to fend for themselves, often contesting with criminal forces, hoping to uncover and extract any remaining sources of mana no matter the cost. As this happened, major communication lines with the people there were cut off, creating the air of mystery that currently defines the land. And there's more, the writing of those lore pieces, again, is another piece of the puzzle, and making this environment, this level, this Iron Outpost, feel like a real place, like it's history, combined with this aesthetic. Both are just done really well. Oh, there it is. I read the introduction to blacksmithing book. I guess, what's his face gave it to me and I forgot to read it. I'm pretty sure is what happened there. So now I've got to, I guess, go back to the crafting table and I can make some shit. Are there any other books I didn't read? I think is what I'm thinking here. Run! Slowest spikes. Blade leaf, common parts, coins. Inspect the fountain. Hear the riddle. What is conquered by some, sought by most, and avoided by few? I say love. You notice it wasn't the fountain, but a goldfish that was asking me questions the entire time. My friend, I see great turmoil in your future, it says. You need all the help you can get. It swims away, out of your sight. Great. Glad I have your vote of confidence, Mr. Fish. A nearby door opens. Okay, and so now, I guess it triggered something there that I can now see what's left on the map, re like enemies and treasure and such. A piece of armor. But I've already got it, I think, for everybody. So. Come on. The bat and the boxer. Whew. I mean, it looked painful. The animation's good. I don't like him anyway. Or I didn't like him. I mean, he's a bat. A bat's not really a thing that you form a liking relationship with, I guess. Is it? It's a bit weird. Taunting. All defense up, plus overcharge. should still be drawing his attacks to like Gully, in spite of other people attacking him. Not really a fan of that move there, guy. Ooh, yes. Enjoy that backfist of doom. Oh. So much stuff. Herbs, scraps, and coins. Collins. And here we are at the front again. I guess this is like a good way to get to the crafting table. Oh, it was a little quicker, is what I was thinking. Because I think it's just right up here in this room. Yep. Okay, so I can make Gully a new weapon. The stamina and defense will go down a bit. Bonus damage and base damage will go up. Again, trade I'm entirely comfortable making. And I was talking about the UI earlier. Gonna see this play out here, me not really getting what I actually need to do to create this thing is to hold down the X button. And I saw that they released a 1.02 patch of this game a day or two ago. This was gameplay recorded before that. I hope they fixed this and there's some kind of indicator or message. Because, I mean, you just don't know. You're hitting X, I'm hitting X. And, you know, I see it change a different color, but, like, that's not immediately indicative that I need to do the thing. You know, the holding down of X to create the thing. And I was looking, did I make it? Did I just craft it a bunch of times? Nope. Because the UI is not deficient in that way. And I got the proper amount of crap. And here I figured it out. Success! The knockout glove. And the plating looks really great. Don't have enough shit to make it. Can make that ring though. The Coast Iron Ring of Blades. Offensive properties. Or offensive properties. Take a gander at my ring of offensive properties. This is a collection of the most politically incorrect homes that I've ever shown. In all my years showing real estate, why am I talking as a British man showing homes? And he wouldn't say homes, he'd say like flats or something. Some such nonsense. Stop it. This is atrocious content. Just talk about the game. A box. Yep, do it. Do the pushing of the button. Boss. A few ships came in by sea. Tried anyways, we took care of them pretty quick. The boys pulled the few survivors out of the water. We'll bring them your way when we can. Seems they'll be useful for whatever it is you're doing. I don't want to know. We're still digging through the outpost trying to find the thing. It'd be a lot easier if you just told us what it was. No offense. In fact, forget I asked. I could just cross that sentence out. We'll take payment the usual way. Last batch was 2 fermented, by the way. Gold was just fine, though. Givens. I get the feeling that those bandits will play more of a part. That they're not simply just like part of the deep past lore. Boss, 2 more ships, this time from the south. 1 boat, 1 airship. Boat sank fast enough, airship got away. Weren't our fault, it was fast. Faster than we've seen before. Took damage though, saw more than a few sorry souls fall overboard. Didn't bother fetching them. But yeah, it got away. Might get company around here soon, assuming the ship can make it with more than a few clicks before the last engine gives out. That ship, I believe they're talking about us. Oh no, they're not. My bad. I don't think. It just got away. Maybe they're just incompetent. At some point, the bandits begin to talk about, like, these are the bandits that, in the opening cutscene, attacked our ship and separated our group. Boss, got a problem. An airship got past the patrol, made it almost to shore, but I can explain. It was fast. The pilot was good. We had the light armada on him, but this wizard, he shot lightning out of his eyes. Took half the fleet out in one whiff. We got on board, but one of them cut up about 50 of our men by himself, and there was this kid. Well, with these glowing gauntlets, had strength like we couldn't figure. She punched one of our ships out of the sky by herself. We hit her square on the guns, but she stood there smiling. We took their ship down, the western shore. We couldn't find no sign of it. Sure they're dead, yeah. The fall was impossible. We'll keep an eye out. So yes, that is the encounter. They progressively get worse, I guess. The first letter was like, yeah, we got another one for you. The second letter, we had an encounter, one got away, and then this is one where we fucked him up pretty good, and they think we're dead. Or at least when they were writing this letter, they did. Hello. No more treasure in this room. But before I... There's a guy, of course, standing on the bridge over there. And before I fight him, the thought is that I want to, like... that I wanted to get the treasure in the other room, but it looks like I can't get there until I fight this guy. Nope. They live. If not, we'll kill them in just a second after we kill you. Let's get it. Oh, the boss music. Or this is the mini boss, I guess. This music is dope. Just want to freestyle over it. Not that I have that ability. I straight up don't. And there's the invisible bandit there. The bandit rogue. Eat it, bandit gunslinger. Fall away. Oof, precision strike on your head. Bleed, motherfucker. Boom. How do you stand after that? And there's the damage one. No bleed, but damage. I'm just warming up. Oh, just got critted by old lightning spell. Mr. Bandit Warden. Oof. He's hasted himself. And he has a shield or some sort of barrier because that actually did no damage to his base HP. Gotta wear down the shield. Try this Warblade move. Hopefully that'll be enough to crack it. There we go. 70. Was enough to cut into his base HP. Now we're all also hasted at this point and have our region spell. Bleed. The blood drop indicates that the bleed effect is happening. Boom. Oh, -7 per turn. I mean, in a battle like this, that's a lot. And that's going to counteract his regen spell, the bleed. Or at least mitigate it to a large degree. Of course, he's got now another barrier up he's cast. More bleeding. Ha ha ha, 16 per. It's over for you. It's over. Cleared the mini boss. Got an outpost tunic. It looks exactly like what Gary is currently wearing. Except it is better health and stamina wise. I just equipped a ring on Calbretto, I think. It happened a little fast for me in post-commentary to tell what I was doing. Hey boss, so we got a few problems. First, at least a few of the crew from the ship we took out are still alive and kicking. The wreckage was on Talon Beach, but no bodies. Jim says he's seen what looked like them cutting through patrols on the road. We sent Vok to harm's way, seeing if they were hiding there. The meatball grindbeard tossed him out by his hair. Haven't heard from him yet. I swore for a crazy second I saw their wizard on the deck of our ship. As soon as I seen him, he was gone. One of them ships we shot down recently was our message skiff, so stop shooting down our own ships. A minor tome of knowledge. That's got to be pretty useful. Oh. Spider! Bring it on. I'm in combat mode right now, I guess, so I didn't stop to look at the book. Tome. We'll see. I don't look at it during during this portion. When next I play the game, definitely that'll be the first thing I do is check out that to see if it's crafting or some kind of battle techniques or skills. Curious. Scoops upside your head. Oh, KO'd. Overkill. Give me that overkill bonus. I wonder how many sort of attack points over their remaining damage you have to do to get an overkill, because that's a nice bonus. That's something else to calculate. Another outpost tunic and a Nature's Touch ring, and lots of crafting in this. Attack power down, but health and stamina up. That's the trade-off here for the Nature's Touch versus the Coast Iron Ring of Blades. And yeah, I think for now I've made the right call. Oh, the slowest spikes in the world. So there's still some treasure that I haven't gotten. I see a clear path to the boss door. But loot remains. And at this point in the game, definitely caught the loot bug where I wanna nab all the treasure. So pretty. Boss. Oh wait, no, it's over here. That one. The well. It needs the crank or the handle. It's a missing. And all I can do is leave. And leave I shall. Apparently I'm missing some treasure in here. I've not collected everything. Nope. It's a history. Shortly after the outpost was complete, the true scale of mana reserves on the island became evident. Bansler knew a small outpost would need to grow into a full garrison if the valuable operation was to be adequately protected. Though the name never changed, the Iron Outpost became a massive point of military operation in the area. The halls became vast and winding, taking shape around the nearby foothills, often burrowing through them. The number of soldiers stationed there grew. Did I read that before? I think that's why. Yeah, I think I've read that already, and I just didn't remember it. Okay, so there's clearly something here that I'm not obtained, because when you've gotten all the treasure in the room, of course, the treasure icon will go away. Motherfucker. What to do? This box. That I don't want to leave any of the current weapons I have. It looks like those are the things that it will allow you to leave, at least now. But I don't wanna. I'd rather leave a piece of armor I'm not wearing. So that stuff's stuck behind there at this point. Not really sure how to obtain it. A well handle. crafting and goodies. Spoils of War, the armor. Yep, definitely read that one. He became a different man, did. What's his face? When he returned with the armor. Let's go see what's in the well. Well, let's go see what's in the well. Use your well handle. Turn the crank or look at the bottom. I think I want to see what I'm getting into. You look as far as you can, but it's so deep you can't make out anything at the bottom. Pull at the bucket, and there's a gigantic slime. Lovely. A fetch quest to find the slime. Perhaps he has something. Boom. It does not want round 2, Gully. Scraps. You've already used it. There's nothing left at the bottom. Well, that was, you know, uneventful. So I think I was feeling a little teensy bit frustrated after that fetch quest was so sort of whatever. And maybe it's different if you don't look first, if you just pull. But at this point I just was like, fuck it. Fuck the loot. I'm just gonna push on to the boss. As time wore on, other conflicts around the world forced Vansel to restructure his allocation of military resources. The Iron Outpost was one of the first major military installations to see dramatic drops in troop numbers. This also coincided with a sudden decrease in the available mana. Many of the mines and wells became insufficient and simply ran dry, making their decision to redirect troops. Could not finish it. But hopefully you were able to. Reading along. This is why post commentary for this note-heavy game is probably a bad idea. I think I've decided. Feast. KO Mr. Slime. Haha, yes! I really like watching that little tank move. Oh yeah, hey, I didn't even notice you were there, Bandit Rogue. He's too busy looking at the armored eviscerator. Damn. He did not like that. He yelped. I wonder if some sort of like attack with certain amount of overcharge, or perhaps it's what Sunder is, like that will cancel the spell casting. I have not. Certainly the game hasn't shown me anything. Bleed Robot hasn't shown me anything. Like, I haven't read that. Like, that would be a sort of Grandia-esque move, and anything that approximates the battle mechanics of Grandia, I'm a big fan of. But we'll see. Oil leak, it should say, instead of bleed. Gee, the bandit rogue's body just remains lifeless there. The other ones get to go away. Ooh, plating. Hell yeah. So perks are now available because I've reached a certain level. And I have 6 perk points and can divvy them up however I like. And I'm getting this defense up. That sounds interesting. Defensive matrix grants plus overcharge. Obliterate will now do bonus damage. So for Gully and Bretto, I have chosen to do attack power increases, which take all 6 of the perk points. For Garrison, I've divided his up between 2 perks, one that takes 4 points and one that takes 2. I couldn't tell what it was that I was doing because I was playing so quickly. And, you know, again, post-commentary perils. Here we go. Boss time. Didn't know I would get to use this.
Hurry up. Got it. Uh-oh. Go. Get it to the boss. Ain't telling me twice. Cowards.
What is that?
Bad news. Get ready.
Uh-oh. They have unleashed this ghost. And the boss music is also cool. I like the mini boss music slightly better, but oh, it's like a burst mechanic. Yep, so actions build up party's burst. Once it's full, any one of your heroes can use their burst attack. Deals 82 damage. What does this look like? Oh, it's a badass like cutscene attack. And it induces bleeding. Which we've established. I am pro. We're all cursed now, so that's good. Sheltered assault. It's her deal. Jab, jab, jab. It's Bretto's burst. Purify. Heals each member of the party for 30 health and removes 2 debuffs, which is excellent. Go again. I don't mind if I do. More bleed, please. Oh man. Cursed. Bleeding. Minus HP cursed. Cleanse. Take those debuffs away. Third. So it says bleeding 2. So I guess the sting bleed cancels out the bleed that you do from the super. That one can be stacked, but it looks like sting can be stacked. I wasn't aware of that, I think, when I played. So when I did the sting, that bleed effect canceled out the one that I had done with this burst. But I'm not aware of that as I'm playing. I'm just thinking I've done 3 bleeds. Okay, here's his burst. Oh. Ooh, scary. Feeling it. Yeah, did enough. I didn't see the tiny number by the status effect, so I'll have to pay attention to that. That's where you keep track of the stacking. Ah, Coast Iron Broadsword. And another weapon.
The blade they pulled from that thing was an artifact. This is more than some bandits screwing around.
Mm-hmm.
The bandit who got away dropped this insignia as he fled. Have you ever seen one like it?
No, I haven't.
It sounds like we're paying Grimbeard at least one more visit.
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah. Dungeon complete. Woo! Give me that stuff. The red rusty blade. Okay. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining for this post-commentary part of the playthrough. And I will catch you on the next one.